Russia and Ukraine say they've overcome all their disagreements on supplies of Russian gas. Vladimir Putin met with Ukraine's Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko in Poland, where they agreed Kiev can import much less gas without being fined for breaking existing agreements. Ukraine's economy has been one of the worst hit by the global recession, and the dramatic fall in industrial output has led to a sharp decrease in energy use. RT's Igor Igorodnev found out how the country is coping with the crisis.
There is the world financial crisis, and then there is the crisis in Ukraine. Its economy has contracted by a jaw-dropping 18% in the last 12 months. In the same period, the national currency has collapsed, falling by nearly half against the US dollar. The banking sector is in the eye of the storm. Not only has lending dried up, but many banks are struggling to repay their existing clients. Extreme times call for extreme measures, and certainly the National Bank of Ukraine has been short of those lately. To shore up its currency, the hryvnia, it has suggested paying interest on foreign deposits in that local currency. It has temporarily banned withdrawals from some of the most troubled financial institutions. This avoids an almost inevitable run on vulnerable banks, but means ordinary customers have no way of getting their hands on the money. 3 of the worst-off banks have also just been nationalized, with more likely to follow.
The government is doing the right thing, but not as fast as we would like. The main thing is to survive until the presidential election. Until then, we will likely see a lot of provocations and squabbling.
Ukraine goes to the polls in less than 6 months. With Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko and leader of the biggest parliamentary party Viktor Yanukovych the frontrunners, all sides have used the economic turmoil to make political capital. Kiev is adorned with pro-Tymoshenko posters claiming, "Others just talk. She does the work." But the government's handling of the crisis isn't to everyone's liking. Surveys say 4 out of 5 Ukrainians already distrust the banking system, and there's been public protests in response to the ban on withdrawing money.
The poorest will suffer the most in these situations. To impose moratoriums, to prevent people in times of unemployment and instability from accessing their own savings, is to commit genocide against your own people.
But Ukraine's government hasn't much leeway. It simply can't afford to let its banks go under. It doesn't have much money to support them either, having already borrowed over $16 billion from the IMF to fight the crisis. So for ordinary Ukrainians, things look like they'll get worse before they get better. And with the elections ahead, the government's crisis performance will not only affect its immediate future, but also the public's choice of leader for the next few years. Igor Gorodnev, RT, Kiev, Ukraine.